Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Got a little fun video for you here today. Garmilator, of course, you know, is my old rival, but I did not play him in Kharak Cup 6. You may not have known that one, but I didn't. He was on the other side of the bracket from me, so we never actually met each other in the tournament. So, after the tournament was finished, we started playing some games here, and I wanted to practice Coalition, so I played his Coalition against him. And I rolled a pretty funny strategy on him, which I think was really cool. I just wanted to cast that here. He and I actually played many games. I won some, he won some, so I don't want to insinuate that anyone's a noob here. Just thought this match was really funny, but also really good, so I wanted to cast it. Map is going to be the Boneyard, of course. Now, you know Garmilator is like my foe of decades past. You know, I've always had trouble beating Garmilator, etc. Let me just make sure this is the right game here. It is, yeah, it is. So I definitely wanted to try something funny against him. I didn't want to just play the normal meta here because I really felt like I was going to lose. It's also important to note here that Garmilator was feeling very out of practice because he has not played very much at all actually recently. And that was noticeable in Kharak Cup 6. He says that his performance there really was not as good as it could have been if he had been practicing more beforehand, but he was just busy with life, you know what I mean? Stupid life, man, it always gets in the way. Even so, I did not feel confident at the beginning of the series in my ability to play like normal Coalition versus Coalition against him. So I'm going to do something funny. Perhaps you've noticed I already have 2 base runners out, a third one produced, base runner inventory finished. So, I mean, you know what it's going to be, right? Yeah. I'm going to catch him with the probe there as well, so I know he's there. Cooldown, obviously identical for these two, but it's going to be nothing for this one. This one's ready to put down a turret already. Probably won't get there just in time, though, but obviously we're definitely vying for control of these artifacts here. And the idea with this build, I didn't do this against Tomcat. Against Tomcat, I just wanted to make as many turrets as I could just to be funny. But really, the idea with this build is that I want to, oh, and I got the probe there, which means he didn't see the space runner. Probably anyway. I want to basically get as many artifacts as I can and then win off of carrier power. Garmilator going to back up when he hears hostile turret spotted, so he doesn't want to fight it. Which I think is interesting. If he put down a turret of his own, he could easily have taken it out with his LAVs there, but he's going to run away. So he's got 4 LAVs now, and he did not spot the other base runners. And you should note that it actually is not that uncommon for Coalition players to go for double base runner in the opening, especially for Garmilator to do that. So him seeing these two does not really tell him too much. Him seeing these two would have told him everything, but he does not know that. So we're going to go for a triple grab here, basically. He puts down a turret right here, though, which is going to be annoying for me. So these LAVs are pressuring, and they do scout both of these base runners. And he sees this one's been picked up, so he's probably like, what the heck? How do you have so many base runners now? I'm going to double drop some turrets here. A single turret would not have been able to stop this, but 2 turrets is going to do it just fine. He knows it, so he's going to back away. And now having seen 3 turrets, having seen the artifact is picked up here with his 2 base runners, he's going to know there's something weird going on. But just what, he can't really know. It's kind of a mystery. The army. The wall of base runners. But I'm going to catch this turret now. No interest in that. I'm going to back away. You see me pointlessly microing individual base runners, even though, you know, that doesn't matter. Look at Garmilator's micro, by the way, how he targeted that base runner with the turret volley since he knew he would kill this with the LAVs, so that it took a lot more damage than it would have otherwise. I think that's really cool. And I'm sure he did that cognitively, you know, because, like, turrets don't change who they're shooting at that way. Unless there's, like, a reason to. Well, LAV fabrication coming out here. Probably going to go railguns after this. I might go AAVs. AAVs, yeah. AAVs are good for getting the artifacts out, actually, because they can smoke, and also I knew there were this many LAVs on the field, so I kind of, like, that makes sense. One thing I was worried about in this game was that he would go around and try a backstab, and honestly, I think that would have been a better choice, because he's not going to get anything done here, is he? Like, there's so many turrets up, he can't get anything done here. So I'm going to get Power Reserve 1, I am going to get this artifact out for sure. I have an anti-air turret post, that'll stop any probes, which is nice, but also I'm worried about an air transition, of course. I think this guy will survive, but base runners are really tall, so you can shoot him past dunes a little bit longer than you expect. Yeah, he might go down. Oh, but he's taking a lot of losses here. There's 3 turrets, so he probably doesn't want to fight the... Oh, yeah, this is... brutality. And with only this many LAVs left, I feel I could definitely just extract here, but I'm gonna drop a turret first, maybe? No, because he's still on cooldown. I'm not sure why I stopped there. Garmilator moves in with his carrier. Now, carriers obviously are kind of like the hard counter to turrets, because turrets do like no damage to them. Oh my gosh, look how many LAVs are going down here though. So LAVs pushing in, definitely not the right choice, is it? But at this point my base runner play is up. I can just extract this last one. These two can get saved and they can go defensive with turrets. But I'm making a support cruiser which is going to go back here and cover that base, and then my carrier is going to fight. And I want to take this down with my carrier. Oh no, a salvager. You don't want to be there, mate. Ooh, that's a little unfortunate right there. Not the biggest loss in the world, but definitely not what he wants, especially in this scenario when he's kind of on the edge. Power Reserve 1 just now getting researched. I'm on 2 artifacts with Power Reserve 2 finishing in 10 seconds. So this is definitely going to be my game if I just kind of push into his carrier. One of these scenarios where it's just like, just click here, you know what I mean? And that's all you need to do to win, really. I'm also making AAVs. That's not going to matter too much. But he is making railguns, so I guess it'll be helpful that way. These LAVs just got destroyed, man. They didn't even kill the turret. Yeah, so his LAVs basically all sacrificed themselves on the turret. They're trying to stop artifacts, but they didn't stop a single one that I had picked up. So I feel like his LAVs, if all of them were still alive on the field right now, I would be like, I'd be swimming. Like, what am I gonna do? Swimming? Does that even work? I'd be worried about my scenario. Because obviously that's like a big deal, you know? I'm still ahead of him in power reserves here. You can see 3 is on the way, although it does take a long time to research that one. I'm killing off his railguns here, so at this point, like, I'm not necessarily going to win the carrier war here because he is getting railguns, and so he's doing a lot of damage. I'm attacking his railguns and his carrier are attacking my carrier, so I think I would actually lose the carrier war here. But I've got an ace up my sleeve, of course. 1, 2, 3. What's the scoreline? 2. So that's actually game if I can recover those. So all I need to do is keep him preoccupied long enough, because if he tries to move out there and stop it, I can beat him, right? If his carrier moves out alone, well, I guess I would follow it. But if his railguns move out without his carrier will die. So I don't actually care that I'm losing this fight here. All I need to do is just survive long enough that I can extract the artifacts. So I'm feeling just fine about this. An anti-air turret post goes down here. That's because he could send a probe out and then like follow the base runners, and then railguns can shoot them from far away. That's a pretty typical tactic. So I just don't want that to happen. So I have an anti-air turret post there as well as there. Putting down a sensor, a logistics module right here. I don't know why. Well, I mean, I guess I need logistics wherever I am. They're gonna go, but still, it seems funny to me. Carrying up the weapons a bit more now. I wonder if that's actually the best move in this scenario. I thought I was smoking a railgun there, but no, the railgun didn't even go up. At this point, though, I need to make sure my carrier stays alive because now it's at 20%. By the way, this should be a lesson to you about how important it is to have railguns when you're doing carrier fights here, because I have like so much more power than he does, and yet just producing railguns, he's able to take this fight, right? So you can never underestimate how important railguns are here. But yeah, I just have to survive now until this base runner can get to here. That looks like about 10 seconds or something. So I'm totally fine. This is definitely gonna be my game. Stupid carrier is turning around here, which is dumb. I hate coalition carriers, man, but that's gonna be okay for me. No, don't back up, you idiot! This is making me nervous, even though I know I'm gonna win this game. But yeah, with 5 power and armor, it is quite survivable. It's actually gaining health right now. Artifact scores, and that's partly because of this big AAV blob here taking out the railguns, smoking it up, so that is gonna be game. I just thought that was hilarious that, you know, a turret rush actually worked. This is, I think, like, obviously what I did against Tomcat was kind of funny, but it also shouldn't have worked, really, because it's not, I mean, it was easily counterable for him. But this seemed like actually a legitimate turret rush strategy. Like, that seemed like it was not really, not silly, if you know what I mean. So I was very pleased with it, and of course I also beat Garmilator with it, and he's like my rival, so I was very happy with that. Like I said, we ended up playing like 5 games. I think I won 3 of them, so I was pretty happy with that. And especially playing as Coalition, I thought I was trash at them, but apparently I'm not that bad, so that was good for me. But yeah, thanks to Garmilator for playing all the games. He did just trash me this morning, so I can't say too much about that. He is still very, very good, but I enjoyed this. Anyway, that'll be the last video before we move on to Kharak Cup 6. If you want me to cast the rest of the games from the series, I guess I could do that actually. So, you know, comment if you want me to cast all of those games, but first I will be moving on to the tournament, and I'll see you guys next time.